Speaking of a veil of tears, lots of people upset. Lots of people pissed off this weekend at one of the fan fests, and you might be able to identify specifically which one. I just know it was one of the WrestleMania weekend festivities from one of the other companies, not the WWE itself. And Rick Steiner got in a world of trouble, and people are just, I saw some of this on Twitter. Is like, my God, he's achieved the rare, I think, getting everybody on the same page fucking trick where everybody's universally saying, fuck you. What do we have any more information on what went on past a tweet that one of the girls at Impact Wrestling sent out of what he had said to her or done, at the Fan Fest, and then the Fan Fest people have asked him not to come back?
Well, she tweeted out what happened. It was, I believe, corroborated by an Impact referee who also heard it. I don't know for sure if he was with her or just in the background and heard it happen, but there's a second person who heard it, and WrestleCon is the convention. They immediately asked Rick Steiner not to come back for the remainder of the proceedings this weekend and banned him from all future conventions.
So do you have because I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. Do you have the tweet what's the girl's name? Gisele? How do you say it now? I'm not even trying
I believe it would be pronounced Gisele because that's the name, but I'd actually never heard of her before all of this. Well, I don't follow
Gisele
Impact.
Shaw is her name. Gisele, not Gisele. Gisele. And I have not, honestly, I've not seen Gisele Shaw wrestle. I have seen the name in print on the internet when scanning results of wrestling things, right? So that I have no preconceived notion, never met Gisele Shaw, seen Gisele Shaw wrestle. Apparently, Rick Steiner is at one of the booths, and Gisele Shaw is appearing there also, but is walking by from the way I took the description in her tweet, which we can't really read because then you can't use that language anyway, even when reviewing someone else using said language. But apparently heard somebody saying a variety of disparaging things about her based solely on the fact that she was transgender and she, just kept her head down because she didn't, want to engage or whatever. But then somebody said, who was it? As she looked at it, was Rick Steiner. And the first thing that I said when I heard about it was, I said, are you sure they got the right Steiner? Because, we know Scott has been known to go off and say a variety of things to me, even though Rick was, supposed to be the crazy when they were partners and as part of his gimmick, he's always been the actual level-headed one in real life. And I've never had any issue with Rick Steiner whatsoever in any angry way or exchange, but at the same time, I've never sat down and asked him his opinions on transgenderism, so I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. And then I said, well, could there have been some kind of pre-existing heat? But because I'm trying to figure out, why would you just burst out with that when another person appearing at a fan fest is walking by, even if you think that? Why would you be so incensed that you would just burst out in public in front of people with it? Could there be pre-existing heat? But then I don't know where they would even have crossed paths. But then I thought, how the fuck does Rick Steiner, who I guarantee you, Rick Steiner pays less attention to fucking wrestling than you and me, Brian, and we didn't know Gisele Shaw. So how did he even know her or her backstory or whatever the fuck? So I'm like, is somebody winding him up? But so that's...
Or perhaps he's just an ignorant moron.
Well, no, but that
has to be
an
option too.
I'm not defending him. I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to come up with any way to figure out why this was necessary in his mind that he should do this. And
see, that's the thing.
Can't really think of one.
You said it before.
I don't know.
Even if you're ignorant enough to think these things, right? Even if you're that way, what would cause you to just yell them out at someone and then think you can actually get away with that kind of thing? That's just stupidity. So ignorance and stupidity.
That's what I'm saying. Did somebody go, hey, look at that fucking person over there, and they said this and did that and whatever the fuck, but still that's not just... Why would he instantly be angry and upset about somebody else that he don't know, has never met, and what they're fucking doing? And see, that's where in transphobia, again, I don't know if it's fear of trans people or it should be trans hatred, because then you hate trans people. Rather, he wasn't running in fear from her. He was, fucking maligning her. But I don't get the whole idea. If Gisele Shaw, for example, if somebody gave me a videotape of her wrestling the Invisible Man or fucking doing a dance routine with pockets, then I might be able to work up a fucking promo on old Gisele, because that's my area, wrestling. I don't hate trans people. I hate trans people that are rotten fucking wrestlers. I don't hate Asian people. I hate Asian people that are rotten fucking wrestlers. I don't hate women or people of nationalities. I hate women and people of nationalities that are rotten fucking wrestlers. So there's a pattern here. But if you have either don't know this woman, have no issue with her and on a personal basis, or appearing in a professional situation where it wasn't even the fucking venue to begin with, and you just decide to start screaming at her for no fucking reason, I don't know what his fucking explanation is. I don't know why you could get that mad at somebody's decision on what they want to do with their fucking medical situation and their own bodily parts. That's not the issue. I'd yell at her if she'd wrestled the Invisible Man, but it wouldn't be about her goddamn medical procedures.
Well, this breaking right now. Scott Steiner has announced he's changing his name to Scott Breaker.
Yeah, can you imagine this weekend of all weekends?
Really.
Poor Braun. But anyway, no, that's not right. This woman didn't do anything to him for him to be yelling at her and belittling her about nothing to even do with fucking wrestling at a wrestling fucking convention. So,
and that's probably the last we're going to really see of Rick Steiner in any of these things. That's the other thing, like Rick Steiner. It was like he just, for whatever reason, felt the urge to do this. There are repercussions now, so it's kind of shocking. And then apparently, after this happened, is when he went to the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Oh well, and boy, I'm glad they got that in real quick before everything spread.
Yeah.
But again, he's always seemed like the level-headed one. As I said, I have no idea in the world what his, no, seriously, I have no idea what his politics or beliefs are on shit that I haven't talked to him about.
There have been some rumors, or at least some people who have said that maybe he's a bit radicalized politically.
He's a bit of a what now?
Radicalized politically.
Oh, radical.
Like he's on like the local school board there, and apparently some of the things he stands for are, a bit out there.
Oh boy. All right. Well, you never know. Maybe he and Drake Wirtz could run for president and vice president of the Dickheads Society. I don't know. But anyway,
sorry Gisele Shaw had to go through that, though. That's bullshit.
Well, here's the thing, and I know everybody's all fucking upset about this. I have said before, I admire the commitment because I've had serious mental anguish wrestling matches with myself in the past on whether to go to the doctor and get a goddamn wart removed. Right? I don't like to think about any of that shit. So for someone to be convinced enough that that's the thing for them to do, to go to those lengths, I'm not going to fucking argue with them. Unless they're rotten fucking wrestlers and wrestling the Invisible Man. Then look out. And hey, how come everybody said I was transphobic when I said Sunny Kiss looked like a drag queen that got off her day job at the Tropicana? And everybody said, well, that's a fucking slur. You can't call them that. And now there's Drag Queen Story Hour, which as long as they can read well, I'm fine with that too. But those are the pro drag queen people. So how did I get fucking maligned like all this?
Well, it's very easy to malign you.
Well, that's true.